I wasn't this person
Who was you
last year.
I want to win in everything I do. I don't like losing. You always see me say it. Just be that 1% better than I was yesterday.
But maybe my mindset changed from when I was just started.
You know when you're playing computer and everything, I feel like I'm brain dead.
So I would just stare at the screen and stare at these digital coins. I got a couple thousand visits, a few adds to the cart, no purchases. To narrow it down, it was probably money.
A lot of men be like, oh man, I'm going to start this business, you know. Man, the first killer to wasting your time. The journey's just started. You can either be a creator
Or a consumer.
This is the CEO of You podcast. CEO of You being the highest position you can get in any business. And we believe you yourself are the CEO. You are in total control of yourself and you are in the highest form possibly to control your life.
Yes.
Hence why it's called the CEO of You.
Yes.
You're top dog. No one else is in control of your life, your actions, what happens to you, but you.
Hello guys, welcome to the CEO of You podcast. I'm your co-host, Ajane Pinnock.
Hi, my name is Kieran, and I'm also your co-host of the CEO of You podcast.
Amen. And what we're going to do weekly?
Post weekly episodes on the CEO of You podcast, and we're just going to do a quick introduction and talk about what exactly is going to be on the CEO of You podcast.
So pretty much every week we're going to be aiming to bring on a new guest so they can explain their humble beginnings, their failures, their successes, and who they are as a person and who they think they will be in the future.
Basically, the aim of this discussion is to just learn about their experiences, who they are, who they want to become. And what we want to do with this for you guys is to also learn how you can incorporate these beginnings and these teachings that the people have learned and incorporate them into your life. We hope with this podcast, we can start a fire or a new desire in yourself to improve yourself and learn from these failures of the other people, and also use the successful ways to motivate you to elevate yourself to the next level.
Basically, that's what we want for you, and that's what we're going to do for ourselves as well. So as we win, you win. As you win, we win.
And just to build on that, like, you're never too late to start winning. You're always winning. Like Gary Vee says, he never really made his first piece of content till he was in his 50s. So whatever age you're listening to this at, there's always room for you to win. You can win at any age, especially for the younger people starting now. These are the times you want to try to learn new things. Like, a lot of people finish school, stop learning, start picking up books. Whereas if you listen to this podcast and the people who are at the podcast, they're always learning, always aiming to better themselves. And that's the whole point of this podcast. Just always aim to better yourself. Pick up pieces of information you listen and just add it to your own life.
Okay, and before we continue, obviously, we're going to be on YouTube. We're going to be on Apple Music, Apple Podcast, Spotify. You can catch us on Instagram. We're going to have a Patreon as well for our extra supporters. If you want newsletters that we're going to release newsletters 5 times a week.
Yeah.
We're going to have exclusive episodes on there, such as mukbangs, where we go in depth in other topics or possibly topics that have been discussed on the podcast already. And is there anything I missed out?
I think that's it. Just like episodes weekly. You mentioned that.
Yeah, episodes weekly.
Newsletter.
Every Monday.
Every Monday, yeah.
Hold us accountable.
Please do. And the newsletters as well. Newsletters will be out. How many newsletters are you thinking? Was it 3 to 4
I was saying 5 a week.
5 a week newsletters. So, okay, that's newsletters based on topics that we can talk about or have been talked about in the podcast review groups. And people, if you subscribe to the Patreon, listen, we really appreciate that. Or even, if you just stay to the end of the video, we always appreciate that.
Yeah,
at least
100%.
it shows you're committed to this. You're committed to this just as much as we are. I think one thing we'd like to say, even if you just made it this far, thank you for making it this far. Thank you for clicking on our show. And we're glad you're here with us with this journey because like I've been saying, it's just the beginning.
It's just the beginning.
It's just the beginning. It's just the beginning of something great. So if you're here right now, thank you. We hope we see you however long we're doing this podcast. How long you thinking? I'm thinking a while.
Bro, for as long as I can see, fam.
Facts.
I'll be real.
So what we're going to talk about, this is our first episode. So the main aim is just talk about ourselves, why we want to start the podcast, what made us here today and what got us here today. So I think I'd like to ask this question to you, Ajane.
Yeah, go on.
Who are you as a presenter? Who are you?
I said, who am I?
Who are you? Like, the people don't know who you are. I mean, I know you from my experiences with you, but what makes Ajane?
What makes Ajane? Everyone's a unique person.
Yeah.
But for me, I think I found my passion, I'll be honest. I do love football,
Yeah.
But editing, videography, anything to do with a camera, that makes me me.
Oh, you there? Always there.
I'm there.
Yeah.
I set up this podcast for us. I think it looks good.
It does
It's
look
just
good.
the
People,
beginning.
let us know. Let us know. Is it not good?
It'll get better, but I think it looks good. I've set up other podcasts as well, recorded other videos, short form content, all types of content. That's me. I wasn't this person
Who was
last
you
year.
last year?
I was just an ordinary Joe playing FIFA 22. You know what I mean? Ordinary.
What's wrong with playing FIFA?
The thing is, I was good at it, but I weren't recording. I weren't
Yeah.
streaming. I was just a regular Joe. Oh, I need money. Yeah, I'm gonna just go work a job.
Let's go work a job, 9
Get
5.
some money. Oh, I'm sick of this job.
Yeah, that's how it usually is, though.
Yeah, that's how it is. So,
Me, what
You
makes
are
me
you?
me? Like I said, it's a really personal question, and just to be honest, I feel like for myself, growing up from a young age, I just always wanted to be a winner.
Mm.
I want to win in everything I do. I don't like losing, and I think instead of winning against people, I think the best opponent to win against was myself. How can I beat myself every day? And whether that be being a better person than myself yesterday, I think that's just been my main purpose in life, just to be a better person than who I was yesterday. Like I said, you see, if you got me on Snapchat or Instagram, you always see me say it. Just be that 1% better than I was yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like that's what makes me me. I just want to be a better person. Hence the podcast and everything. The information, the people we're going to meet on this podcast, we're going to learn, add it to our lives just to be that 1% better. And just on what you were saying about how like videography,
Mm-hmm.
obviously speaking to you about videography and being involved in it and meeting the people along the journey, like we shout out Faith, we got him in the studio in the background, you guys can't see him, but just meeting the people, being able to learn from these people, the great things that they're doing, and just think if they can do it, I can do
Exactly.
it too. Like just it's simple.
You know what it is? I think your environment is really important.
Facts.
Because it's not until I realized I was working with Faith, and he was in Birmingham, but it's not until I met him I was like, oh, like this is real. Like he's in his office and he's working, and he's from Birmingham. Like that's my area. People in
Yeah.
Birmingham, it's not as big as London. London, you know, people are already out here. You know,
Doing it
like
big.
like entertainers like Chunks,
Yeah.
Nico, even educational people. But I probably don't know. But they've probably moved out of London anyway. But they grew up there. You get me? Birmingham, do we really have that?
Nah, but just even what you're saying, like your environment. So like in London, many opportunities around the corner because it's different type of people. But even like see me saying working with Faith, myself working with Arts Events, shout out Waleed, like just being able to talk to him on a regular basis more than like I talk to my friends now. It's kind of changed my mindset and environment. Like you were saying, playing FIFA, it's something I still indulge in, but it's definitely reduced from a lot how much it used to be. Because like you said, time's the most valuable asset you can.
Yes.
And I used to spend time, hours, Call of Duty, FIFA. The man don't know me. you know I'm there. I'm banging it. But I feel like that's when my mind kind of changed in the elevated mindset. Whereas instead of doing it for myself and that self-pleasure, I thought, let me do it for content-wise. Let me actually try and get paid off it. Hence the YouTube channel, the HD Angry Face, and hence why like it's my gaming time reduced the amount and the environment I'm around. Like for example, I spend a lot of time with you, videography, art as well, speaking to Waleed, and even the people I follow on social media. It's completely different from how it was when I started. Like it's just a lot of people who are doing great things in Birmingham, London, wherever.
And you know what? I was gonna say like my PlayStation, playing the PlayStation, like I've reduced my time on there, but I don't feel like it was intentionally. It was more of FIFA was dying down, and I was just getting more busy with real life.
Yeah.
So like I'll just be editing, and I'm like, oh, it's time to do something else. Like it's time to do something else. Like eat, or am I gonna play PlayStation and skip a meal? Like I'm obviously gonna eat, then I'll come back and I'll be like, PlayStation or editing or go outside and go gym.
Facts.
And but maybe my mindset changed from when I was just started reading. The first book I read, was Rich Dad. It was Rich Dad, Poor Dad.
Everybody's first book.
Rich Dad, Poor
Everybody's
Dad.
first book.
But you know what it is about that? I read it and I was like, oh, this is great knowledge. Threw the book to the side and carried on.
Reading.
Then
Yeah.
I decided to read it again.
Read it twice.
I read it twice, bro. I was
All
like,
right.
yo, what was that information even saying? Read it again. Then I was like, yo, what's the next book I can read? I read Atomic Habits, and that's
the one you.
that changed me. Like Rich Dad Poor Dad
How did
was
that change
good,
you? How did that change you?
bro. Your habits
Yeah.
are who you are. Everyone is who who you become is because of your habits.
Facts.
It's literally that. If I woke up every day, played PlayStation, did a normal job, that's
who
I
you
am.
are. Yeah.
But if I woke up every day, instead of playing PlayStation, worked on something else on the side like editing,
Yeah.
like
His phone
So
beats.
call
His
it.
phone beats.
Yeah. If I woke up instead of playing PlayStation, I went editing or just tried to find experience in videography, and then worked a 9 to 5. Then eventually I'll just be gaining skills editing or videography, and then hopefully that will just take over the 9 to 5, innit?
I'm glad you said that
yeah.
about books though as well, because I feel like, you know, when you're playing computer and everything, I feel like I'm brain dead. As
Nah.
in, like if I could view myself from a picture, or maybe just another scan, so it's just me looking at a screen. I'm not doing anything. I'm not gaining anything, and it just feel good for the little bit,
Bro.
Like, it's crazy,
Bro, after I finished a FIFA game, I just remember a few times I would just stare at the screen and stare at these digital coins. Like, bro,
You're not even getting
that's
a lot
not
of
even
coins.
in my bank, bro. And man get like 500 coins from the
from a single game. You don't get nothing.
Oh,
If
and
you
I'm
lose
just
as
like,
well,
what
it's even
is
worse.
this? Exactly. If you
It's
lose, it's
even
even worse. I'm like, and I still don't have that in my bank, bro.
Same.
I'm just sad.
I remember like
Sad
playing.
playing
I remember
games,
playing
bro.
career mode, and like so obviously you got OTC, you got career mode. Playing career mode now, so I finished the season, won the Champions League, Premier League, FA Cup, what's it, Carabao Cup, won it all, and I just remember asking myself, I don't even feel good. Like I spent, if you know how long it takes a season on FIFA, I just didn't feel good, and I feel like that's what you're saying. Like your habits make you. So I've sat down there for how many hours accumulated playing career
Become
mode,
a habit, fam.
and I have nothing to show for it.
Become a habit.
The most I can do is be like to one of my housemates, oh mate, look at these players I got. After the goal, so what? They give you a bit of satisfaction now. Oh mate, that was good. They're gone. I got nothing to show for it after that. It's dead. And another topic you just spoke on, reading books. As I said at the start, like people stop reading the minute they finish school. When I read a book, or in fact for me, learning information stimulates the brain. Like I just recently got in the pattern of just love learning. I just love learning.
You know what it is with school and books? They make us read books like story books. It's not really.
You got Macbeth.
It's not really bettering me. Cool, it's making me wiser, educational wise, increasing my vocabulary. I understand that, but in our school specifically, we had an hour dedicated to reading, and they only had. Well, I did anyway. We went to the library and we just read these.
Bro, we was in the same school.
Yeah, but bro,
what reading was you doing?
Bro, I wouldn't read. I'd fall asleep every single time.
I think wasn't that during English time? It was like a double period. We had a period when we
Bro.
I actually remember.
I would sleep every single time because I'm like, yo, this ain't a book that I want to read. But then when I realized there's actually books out there that will give you value, information that you can actually apply to your life, I said, whoa.
Facts.
Like, yo, this is actually some good stuff.
Good shit.
And I'll read it.
Like I said, getting your brain stimulated, taking you to that next level. Do you see like that dopamine hit when you play FIFA or another game and you feel like, rah, I just feel good about that. Maybe if I get to the next level. That's the same kind of mindset I had with a book. First book I read, Rich Dad Poor Dad. Read that, fam, changed my life.
Bro.
Rich Dad Poor Dad. I started going to my mum. Mum, what's an asset? She goes, this house. You know what this? I went. You see what I'm saying? You see that lack of knowledge that I don't know.
I've tried to
Sorry,
say,
mum, if you saw it.
I've tried to say the same to my sister. She's always like, "Oh, let's buy a house, let's do this," and I'm just like, unless you're renting out the house, then getting income from it, it's just a liability. You're just gonna have to keep working and working another job to pay off that. But if you rent it out someone pays off the mortgage for you, and then you have a little left over for what you want to do, then but no one really wants to do that in my family, really. If they mortgage a house, they really want to live in it.
Yeah, that's what I was just saying. But like, go back to books. See what you was just saying, like reading that bit of knowledge, knowing the difference between an asset and liability, just that making yourself that more financially literate. I kind of found like, yo, if one book can do this, another book can do this. Because I said, like, it takes you to that next level. You learn more, you do more, you apply it in life. So I think the same as you. Rich Dad Poor Dad was my first book I read, and then I read on. I think the second book I read next was Actually, I can't remember what the second book I read next. I think what they won't teach you in school. I can't remember exactly what the book, but that was the next book I read, and since then I've just been reading books on different topics.
But you see, with me, I would I leave books half finished. Apart from Rich Dad Poor Dad and Atomic Habits, I leave books half finished. I'd read a book like Think and Grow Rich, and I'd kind of understand the concept and the teachings.
Yeah.
And I'll kind of be like, okay, that's it. But I've got this other book waiting for me, and I'll try to read that. Then I'm just like, oh man, I've left both these half finished now. Then none of them get finished.
You have to I think like what you just said there with Think and Grow Rich. I've read about 100 pages of Think and Grow Rich.
Yeah.
And I kind of understand what he's trying to say, because he mentioned it for the start of the book. For those who understand the concept, will realize it a lot earlier than everybody else, and it's in plain big colours. You read that. But like that's why. So when you said you half finished, I feel like you already understand the concept. Because I think it's in the first story, I Think and Grow Rich, where he says about the guy who had the fort, and then he then goes on to make the fort into a reality. So he talks about. So what does he talk about again? Meeting one of the guys. He works in a special business company. He owns his own company, and he says, "I'm gonna work with this," and he quits everything, and then he goes over there, and then he gets rejected, and then instead of, some people get rejected and quit, he said, "I'll work under you." And then he eventually builds his way to work up, and then it's a crazy story for anyone who wants a good book.
Think and Grow Rich, 100%. But speaking on failures, though, I'm sure we've got stories of our own where we've kind of, we were younger, we failed at something, and we kind of just never visited it again. You know what I mean? I've personally got a story. I know that for a
failure.
Yeah.
Well, what's your failure story?
I was probably, how old was I, man? I told you this story. I was like 16, 17, the drop shipping. Yeah. So obviously, I don't know what was going on, but my YouTube recommended was just drop shipping. My adverts were just drop shipping and e-commerce. And I was like, okay, I'm going to give it a try. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I learned how to build a store. And at the time, that's just kind of how stores were. Now stores look a lot better.
What did you build a store on?
It was on dog beds.
Dog beds.
It's a weird niche, man. And that's the only product I tried. This is probably what's gonna haunt me for life. It's the only product I tried. It was dog beds. Built the website, everything, and I was like, oh my god, it's time to launch. And obviously, Shopify give you a 14-day free trial. So I built it in 14 days. Did everything, linked all the apps, everything all below. Cool. AliExpress, everyone knows. Then everyone was like, oh, Instagram marketing. If you get someone to make a post about it, story post, and then a normal post, it gains traction and people visit the site. So I paid someone a dog page to promote my dog beds.
Yeah.
They did it.
How did that go?
I got a couple thousand visits, a few adds to the cart, no purchases. None. I said, this shit's a scam. I said, this is a scam. And the worst thing is, I've seen people on YouTube saying, drop shipping is not easy. Then there's some saying, drop shipping's the way. Now, I've just failed. I've gone, drop shipping ain't the way, man. People were lying. This is fake. Bro, gave up, fam. Shut the store down.
Never give up.
The worst thing is, I bought the domain. I don't even remember what my store was called, fam. I had to buy the domain. It was only like £10 though. Bought the domain, and it ended up just throwing it away because it was like £10 for the year or so.
Yeah.
Threw it away. And and I remember exactly where I got the domain from. It was like GoDaddy's because I think I got a discount for that. Bro, I was so broke back then, but did it, failed, never visited it. Now I know people that do drop shipping.
How are they getting on?
Well, they teach other people how to drop ship.
I always see them on like Instagram.
Yeah, exactly.
That's everybody who does them.
Back in the day, I used to think they were fake.
I used to think fake.
Now look. I could have been there, but I didn't even try again.
So like, in a way, you say you regret it. What is it you regret the most? Is it you regret not continuing it, or What is it like? Did you lack knowledge?
I feel like I did lack knowledge, but it was just like poor resilience and accountability. It was like, oh, they're not buying my stuff. It must be. It's not me that I'm not the reason it failed.
Yeah, yeah.
It's something else. It's something else.
So at the time, did you
And I'm
not
kind
think
of
that?
blaming. I'm blaming the store. I'm blaming people for being stingy. I'm just blaming everything apart from, oh, maybe I didn't build a store right. Maybe
Yeah.
I'm in the wrong niche. Maybe the wrong page advertised, or just maybe I was just unlucky. You know what I mean? It's
So like
like
looking back at it now, have you narrowed it down to what?
to narrow it down, it was probably my knowledge and my greediness.
Greediness. How you mean?
Greediness, because I did list the product about 3 times more than it was worth on AliExpress.
How much? How much you talking about? 3 times more than it was
Bro,
worth. Don't tell me, man said bought it for £10, sold it for 30 quid or 40 quid.
oh yeah, bro. It was like £5 on AliExpress. I
Yeah.
tried to sell it for like £35
£35.
on my store. And the worst thing is, I looked at my other competitors and said, yeah, they're
Yeah.
selling it for 20, but maybe I can trick people.
Yeah,
and like,
yeah,
even if
yeah.
I get less sales, I'm making more money per sale. Didn't work.
Didn't work. You wouldn't.
Didn't work. And now that's probably why people always undercut people. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? You know, when you see your competitor selling a service for cheaper, then you're like, oh, I can sell it for cheaper and just about make money. I'll do that.
Yeah, but that's why, like, it's like some people will always be like, say £5, like, and then some companies are willing to lose money and be like, nah, I'll do it for $3.50, knowing that more people will buy it, so it still eventually builds up. But so you say that's one of your greatest fails.
That's probably one of my biggest regrets. I've got another story, but I wouldn't call it. It is a regret. It wasn't a fail. I was kind of just not the person I am now. I was too shy.
Yeah.
Like, it's something I really wanted to do, but I was too shy. I would say I was 10.
Yeah.
Made a YouTube channel. It was on Minecraft. I had a terrible laptop.
Shout out Minecraft though.
Shout out Minecraft.
Big game, big
It was
game.
literally in its beta stages or whatever it was. It was early stages.
Yeah, yeah.
I didn't even pay for it, bro. Found it pirated or whatever you want to call it, cracked,
You
whatever.
got one of them
Bro,
fake websites.
my mom didn't trust the internet. That's probably why dropshipping didn't work out for me. I was like, oh, this internet stuff's just fake, man. Internet money ain't real. Wi-Fi money ain't
no
real.
belief, no
Wi-Fi
belief.
money ain't real. That's what I thought. And I was just like, oh. But yeah, mum just wouldn't pay. It was only like £15 as well.
£15.
I swear it was like £15. It weren't that
What,
much.
Minecraft's like $7.50.
Bro,
$7.50.
but obviously it was earlier back then. And it wasn't owned by Microsoft and all that.
Yeah, yeah.
Why is everyone trying to call me? Anyway, yeah, so I was 10, made a YouTube channel, worked around my laptop. I got extra RAM downloaded. I don't even know how that's possible. And yeah, made a video. It's like a walkthrough, playthrough of Minecraft. And I uploaded it. Got a couple views, like 20, I think, maybe 100. Minecraft was popular, YouTube was new,
Massive.
not a lot of creators, so I was getting views.
Yeah.
But I was just young, and I was just like, oh my god, I don't know what's gonna happen, so I deleted the video. Never told anyone.
Never.
Never told
Never
anyone.
made it.
Huh?
No, well, you never just made. You just didn't think. You know what? This one.
Yeah, because you know what it is. The people I was around wasn't really into Minecraft. I didn't know
like that,
anyone that
nah.
was into Minecraft, so I was just like,
That's
forget it. Just end it, man.
So what happened after that? Like, just X it off.
X'd it off. I don't even know what my YouTube channel was called back then. It's definitely deleted.
So what? That would you say to yourself then? Them two.
Them two,
Drop shipping and the YouTube.
yeah, biggest regrets.
Biggest regrets.
Because what I'm seeing creators on YouTube
Do now.
do,
Yeah.
like it's a fun job.
You can make.
And you
content.
make a comfortable living.
Yeah, I hear that one.
You get
You
me?
can do anything.
Exactly. So I thought, I'm a better person now. I've improved.
Yeah.
I'm not as shy. I'm still kind of a shy guy, but not as shy. And I thought, you know what? Let's start my YouTube channel up again.
Yeah.
You can go check that out.
Add your
But
name in the
yeah.
link. Add your name in the link.
Started my YouTube channel again. Started this podcast.
Facts.
Brave on camera, bareface. You know what I
CEO
mean?
of you.
Yeah.
.uk.
So, do you have any big regrets,
Me?
fails?
Personally, I don't feel like I have any regrets or fails. I feel like everything's happened not to me, happened for me for a reason. Because I've always learned. I'm not saying And the reason why I say everything happens for me and not to me, because when someone says it to me, it makes them sound as if I'm a victim of what's happened to me and like I can't change anything. When I say it happens for me, it means this just happened for me to learn something and gain something from the experience. So, but actually, there is probably one thing I would say I regret, and it's 75-25%, because it's like I'll say 75% I regret it, 25% I don't regret it. So 25% I don't regret it, and then the top thing I'm talking about is myself wasting time, gaming and wasting time. So if I look at my life, I spend a lot of time gaming. Gaming's been a massive part of my life. I fucking enjoy it. Who doesn't love gaming?
Especially when you're good. I told you.
Especially when
When you're good at something, it's hard not to enjoy it.
That's what I'm saying. So you probably know that gaming kept you out off the streets. Gaming kept you in your yard. Gaming kept you from doing dumb stuff, going clubbing and hanging around with the wrong people. I don't know if I should say your name, but remember that time when I was in the house playing games with you lot, and then next day we heard, such and such has gone to prison for running on the roads.
Oh yes.
And you know what I'm saying, if I wasn't maybe sitting down playing games with you lot, maybe I wouldn't. You get I'll be.
Because you were, I'm telling you, I think you were closer than
I was close.
Than
you know
you
what I'm
thought,
saying? So
than you knew.
But look. But luckily, I would run home, double XP card. So that's what I'm saying. So that's like the 25. That's the 25%. I say gaming was good, but the 75%, gaming was such a waste of time. I feel like I could have been doing a lot more with my life, learning a lot more in my life, and just becoming a better person. I felt, obviously looking back on it now, from my wiser age and from my mind where I'm more intellectual about other things in the world, I feel like I spent a lot of my time cranked in a room, a sweaty ass room, just wasting time, man. It's something I regret, but I feel like it's something that's built me today. Hence why I don't say I have any regrets, because I believe like everything that's happened in my life, bad, good, okay, sometimes very poor, it's got me here where I am today. Like to be in front of this camera right now, like they always say, everything, it's all aligning from today's actions. So I don't really have any regrets or anything.
I'd say you have. It sounds like you just got you have a fear of wasting time now. You grew a fear of wasting time,
bro. When I mean a fear of wasting time, like you said, habits ruin your time as well. So my habits have just changed dramatically. Like I've even started to plan and organize my days.
I've started doing that.
That's what I'm saying.
Even though most days it don't go to plan, but
see what I'm saying? Just having that mindset.
Yeah.
Shout out Grace Beverly.
Ah!
Shout out Grace Beverly. If she ever watches this, you never know. She helped me. Plan and organize my days and everything. Just even simple things like that. Planning and organizing your days saves you so much time. And then again, like I said, we speak about the importance of time. Doing stuff that are gonna impact me better in my life with my time. So whether that be going to the gym, reading a book, learning a new skill or trade, spending with time and family loved. Just anything that, if you invest your time into that, it's gonna invest in you back, because the biggest, like I said, the biggest asset is time, and you want to invest in yourself as much as you can, because obviously when you invest in yourself as much as you can, you're 100% gonna get that investment back. So I would say, like I said, wasting time is probably the biggest regret. But if I didn't do it then, maybe I would be doing it now or later in my life. So that's why I'm glad I did it then. And at this time and age I'm at right now, I could do a lot more with my time. So I think that's one thing.
Bringing up time though, just off on a tangent.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen the study of it must have been nurses collecting patients' biggest regrets on their deathbeds.
Yeah.
And it was I just remember one clearly that stuck with me, because it was like, oh, she wished she spent more time with her family than working. So that just brought me to think, like,
was that the most frequent answer?
It was one of the top 5.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, it was one of the top 5. So it just brought me to think, like, where should I spend my time? You know what I mean? If she regrets not spending enough time with her family, and that's probably because she's either working more hours than she should, or she was just an entrepreneur, and that life is not easy. It's not. You don't even have a set 9 to 5 when you're an entrepreneur.
Busy 24/7. Even
it could be 6 to 6. It could be 6 to 2. It could be 6 to 9.
Yeah,
them hours ain't set. So I was just thinking, how do I actually want to spend my time? At what point do I think, oh, this is enough money to take care of me and my people?
The people them.
And I've yeah, you know what I mean? Take care
get
of me and my people and just do this amount of work to maintain it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you said, like Michael just mentioned before, time's so valuable and it's taken for granted. And when I mean taken for granted, you take it for granted even in the slightest of ways you don't even know. So I'll give you an example. The minute you wake up and touch your phone, TikTok for 45 minutes, YouTube for an hour, that's straight time gone.
You know why it's a terrible... I do that every day.
You don't get... It's a drug.
Bro, I do that every day.
You do that TikTok every
that
day,
every
first thing in the morning.
Bro, probably not TikTok, but either I'd go on Snap, realize no one's messaged me and I'm lonely. Then I'll swipe up. Then I'll swipe off. Then I'll go on Instagram. Oh, there's nothing on there for me. Then I'll go on TikTok. Oh, TikTok's quite fun because you just swipe. And I'm like, oh, fuck, I was meant to get up 30 minutes ago.
Man, the first killer to wasting your time and losing your time, social media.
Yeah, 100.
It's like, you go down to that simple saying, you can either be a creator
or a consumer.
Which one are you?
You could either be a creator or a consumer. But you know what it is? Social media is tricky because there's good information, there's not bad, but it's either educational, entertainment.
But which one would you say is the majority of social media?
Entertainment.
Entertainment as in it benefits you in more of an intellectual level, like improves your intellectual.
It's just fun.
Or just fun.
People love to have fun. That's what the clubs are for. Every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, bro. Everyone working a 9 to 5, Monday to Friday. They said, oh, Friday, I don't have work Saturday. I'll go clubbing. Saturday, I'll go clubbing. Even uni, fun. You go clubbing. Freshers week, clubbing.
Freshers.
Everyone loves to have fun, fam. So I can't really blame them. Fun just attracts people.
I mean,
it makes you laugh. It makes you feel good. Why not?
There's nothing wrong with fun.
Why not?
I feel like, just indulge and have much fun. It's like, I don't know who says it, but like a day with no laughter is a waste of a day. Like, you should always be smiling and laughing. Every single day.
It's true. It's like, cool. You can work all you want. You can work for money, blah, blah, blah. But if you don't enjoy working, that's a miserable life, man.
Miserable.
Imagine working so much for all this money and you don't get to enjoy it because you're working so much.
Don't even get to
Or you don't even enjoy your job, so you don't even enjoy your day. Oh my, I'd cry, bro. That's miserable.
Some man live like that, though.
That's miserable.
Some man spend all their time just grinding for money that they forget to... What's that saying? If you don't stop around once in a while, we'll all go past you and they just miss it.
I haven't heard that before.
I'm just, bro, you've seen it. It's on TikTok, man. Everybody said it. If you don't stop around once in a while, just go straight past you. I'm not calling it word line for line, but it's along those similar lines, paraphrased. But yeah.
Yeah, you know what? That's a powerful quote, statement, TikTok.
Yeah.
I don't even know.
It's the guy saying it on a TikTok. That's where I got it from. Where he goes, but he goes like, people are so hard working that they never really take a stop to enjoy the moment, what's here right in front of you.
I hear you.
And then by the time they've stopped, time's gone past. Like moments you could have enjoyed, moments you could have been doing something with family and friends, or moments that you could actually, all that hard work paid off. You could do it.
I hear you. There's one guy at Amazon work. There's one guy at an Amazon warehouse job that I was doing. And Amazon release overtime pretty much every single time. So if you're full-time, you work 4 days. Overtime, you can work an additional 2 days.
Yeah.
And they'll add like £5 on top of your rate for the first day.
For the overtime.
Yeah. And then double your pay for the second overtime day. And this guy would do 2 overtime days every single week. And I said to him, bro, why are you here? This is not a fun job. This hard labor. Why are you here? He goes, I love money. I said, bro, you don't get to spend it. You get 1 day, and it's night shifts as well. You get 1 day off, bro. Then the next day you're back in. What do you actually do?
Some man would die for money. I'll tell you this now. Don't die for money. Working for somebody else.
Don't die for cash.
Don't.
You know what I mean?
Listen, don't die working for somebody else. I think, bro, some man just do anything for money and invest in somebody else's business, like put in your hard hours. Like I said, time, you'll never get back. Like, and if you really and truly want financial freedom, to be free in this world, to do whatever you want, you will never get it by working for somebody else
Exactly.
or working off your hard hours to what? Go and enjoy your weekend. You will never
I hear
be
it.
able to get where you want to get.
And you know what I like about this era that we're in, of just the Wi-Fi money, bro.
Golden opportunity.
You can work anywhere. I'm deep in it.
Golden opportunity.
You could work anywhere. Even as a videographer, you could get flown out Thailand. Shout out Cam behind the cam. Kieran, all of
Kieran,
that.
yeah, Kieran, that man making that shit.
Bro, Thailand, earning money, having fun while doing your job. Bro, deep it. Like, bro, this is a golden era, fam.
Bro.
And there's no
You're
way
killing
I'm
it.
watching people younger than me, older than me, my age, do that stuff while I'm working Argos, bro.
Argos.
I'm taking that risk now, fam. Because if I look
This
back
is
and
what I'm
I'm
saying.
45 with my kids and my kids are like, oh, Dad, what we eating today? Daddy's broke. Daddy's broke. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, nah, man, that can't happen, man. That can't happen. Man.
Bro, just even saying what you just said, like the golden age. I'm telling you right now, you can do fucking anything in this world, especially with Wi-Fi. All you need is a camera, a phone. Just do something that you think would get money, like, or even just content available. Like, I'm telling you, I think realizing, like, with working with Faith and Ajin and everything, anything's possible with a camera. Traction, views, you can do anything with a camera. And like, I think seeing some people need evidence to see for them to motivate themselves to do something.
Yeah.
And I think seeing people around me, especially close friends and everything, like doing it, and I feel like, yo, wait a sec, if I can do that too. Kind of just
Yeah.
makes you see like you can just elevate your life that bit more because it's proven right in front of you. But yeah, it's crazy with this life. You can do anything.
It's true, man. It's true.
And just building on what you said, I never, like I said, I don't want any regrets. I don't ever want to be 40, 50 thinking I got nothing to show for it. That's what I'm saying.
Regret
See,
is
gaming,
the worst feeling. Regret's probably the worst feeling I've ever felt, bro.
I remember I went to some event with my mom as a very young kid. I think it's about property. And I asked the guy something. When should I start? He goes, listen, I think I was really young. And it stuck with me because I still remember it to this day. He goes, when should I start? And he was like, you should start whenever because you don't want to have the biggest regret in your life. And I was like, what's the biggest regret you could possibly have in your life? He goes, the biggest regret he thinks that you can have in your life is meeting somebody you could have been. And that stuck with me because some man could get to that stage and they give up. And then they see somebody close with them doing it and then they're like, you know what? That could have been me if I just stuck at it, or that could have been me if I had maybe put in the work. Do you know how?
Say that one more time. What is the biggest regret you can feel? What's the biggest regret
you could possibly have is meeting somebody you could have been. Because deep it, so much man are doing shit, but they get what is it? They get sidetracked or something, or somebody says, nah, you shouldn't really be doing that. And then they let other people's opinions get in, and then they think, nah, self-doubt. Maybe they're nervous, they don't want to put themselves out there. Bro, I don't ever want to meet someone, look at someone in the face and think, I was maybe better than you back then. That could have been me.
This is what I'm saying.
What?
Oh, that
Bro,
is
that's a serious one, bro.
And you know what it is? I think a lot of people they might not admit it, but they're scared of what other people might think. And I used to be like that, bro.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yes, exactly. It's a normal thing, bro. You're scared of what other people might think of you. But really and truly, I think more than half the people don't care what you do. The haters that hate aren't going to do what you do, can't do it better than you. They're just there trying to put you down. They're probably miserable themselves, bro.
When they actually realize, like, how less people actually think about you, did they realize you spend all your time worrying what other people think?
Exactly.
Yet they only think about you in that moment. Because when they go back to their normal lives, they're not thinking about you.
Exactly.
But you're too busy thinking about what they're thinking about you because you think they're still thinking about you. The most they could say, drop a cheeky comment, say, oh, that was shit. You shouldn't be doing that. And then that's
exactly.
it. That's it.
And you know what it is? I just can't make myself in the future just look back and think, oh, maybe I should have done that. Maybe I could have been him.
You see the hand? You see the hand?
Why didn't you do it? I was too scared.
What I'm saying.
I was too scared of what they was gonna say about me or what he was gonna do.
I would feel embarrassed. Like, how much? Because I like ask people as well. Like, wow, what do you do in life, or what could make you a better person in life? I think like a lot of people said like, maybe when I was younger, I wish I did this, I wish I did that, and like some people just listen to that, let it go through out the other ear. Like, but I feel like, especially if you're listening to this podcast right now, and you're young, same age as me, or maybe just a bit young, take heed in what other people say. Like, if somebody's saying to you, make the most out of your time when you're young, do it, bro. Because I don't ever want to be 50 something and looking back at this content, like even this podcast. I don't want to show my grandson, my kids, this podcast and think, Dad, you only made one episode. When I could have known how big this podcast.
Exactly.
This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. The journey run with this podcast, the stuff that's gonna do, it's beautiful because we're going into it with no regrets.
Exactly.
We're doing this.
Exactly.
Committed to it, and he knows where it's gonna lead.
Exactly.
He knows.
Imagine if we just look back 5 years. Imagine 5 years later, we look back and we just didn't start the podcast.
That's
You know
what
how
I'm saying.
stink we will feel. And then maybe there's another group of 2 black boys and they make a podcast like this. You know what someone close to me really said to me? They were like, everyone has thoughts, but how many people act on them? Listen, whatever thought you have right now, business idea or what you want to do, someone's already thought about it and they're going to do it. Yeah. Like we had a different name for this podcast. We delayed it by a month. Someone took it. Someone took the name.
Oh, do you want to? So the name for that, if you want.
Nah, don't give him clout, fam. Don't give him clout.
Don't give him clout.
Don't give him clout. But yeah, just act on your thoughts, man. Think about it. If it's there in your thoughts for like the whole week, the whole month, act on it 100%.
Like you
don't care what other people think, man. You'll meet other people in that community that like doing what you do, because they do it too. And yeah, you'll make great friends, new connections, new networks.
Everything you just said is 100% true. Like, if you think about it, you should act on it. Like, a thought is just a thought, and if it's just a thought, it's nothing. There's nothing materialized from it. There's been nothing to make it into physical reality, like it's right here in front of you. Because anything that's said in your thought, it's not real. It's all in your head. It's just mental. However, those people that actually act on it and do something with the thought, that's what I'm saying. Leading back to that book, Think and Real Rich, how it all starts from a thought and then somebody then goes and acts on it. A lot of men be like, oh, man, I'm going to start this business, you know. And then, what do you hear after that, isn't it?
Bro, that business still ain't made.
That's still
check company's house. That business ain't registered.
That's what I'm saying. Ajani, how much man have you said to you like, oh, I'm thinking about doing this, or I'm gonna go to the gym, or I'm gonna do this more.
And you know what it is? So, sometimes it's just depends who the person's around again.
Because your friends as well.
You could say it to your friends, and they'll be like, "Oh, what's that? That ain't gonna work."
Yeah.
Like, this was, bro. I was probably like 15. You probably know her. I'm not gonna name drop her. She's an ex.
Name drop.
She's an ex now, isn't she? She's an ex. But I was like 15, and listen to this. I was like, you know what? I'm still into tech. I love tech, and I was like to her, you know what? I might start a tech page, like Mark Lee Browning. Never know his name, but popular tech YouTuber, millions of views. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna start a tech channel. She's like, don't do that. I said, okay.
She said,
She was like, don't do that. He was like, it was over text, and he was like, don't do that. Bro, I cut it out instantly. The worst thing is, we didn't even go out for that long. So why did I even respect what she had to say, bro? You know what I mean? But I was 15 and I was like, oh, okay, she ain't rating it, allow it. You know what I mean?
But then again, it goes that thing. Imagine if you would have started it when you're 15.
Exactly.
Where would you?
Like, even if I fell off, cool, that's my fault. I can take responsibility. Yeah. But if I stayed consistent or inconsistent and saw results, then maybe I would have became consistent. And look now, there's TikTok, there's YouTube. I could have been on all of those platforms. Whole different person. But life's a journey, innit?
It's a beautiful journey. You never know what you can do if you actually put yourself to it.
This is why I'm like, yo, whatever I do now, just whatever I want to do, I'll just do it.
Same as like
I'll just do it.
It's the thing. I think the podcast for us, I speak for both of us as well.
Mm-hmm.
It's a major step in a new direction, because it's a direction of the unknown. And I think this is where that quote comes in, that the journey is greater than the destination. Because the destination is so unknown, and the journey, we can already see it's going to be so great with the people we'll meet, the things we would learn. This is where that saying comes into reality right now, because it's so great. The people we're going to learn, people we're going to meet, the things we're going to learn, you guys will also be here on this journey with us. So you guys will also be meeting the people. You guys will also be learning what they have to say, even about ourselves and what we said so far. We hope you can take something through it and actually learn
100%.
something about your time and how important it is about investing in yourself, about the importance of books. These are things you guys should all be learning with us and not indulging, but implementing it in your life.
Because you know what it is? Can't remember the exact quote talking about books.
Yeah.
I think I seen it on someone's Snapchat story. It was like, books are life lessons that have been passed on generations. Like Think and Grow Rich is probably it's an old book.
It's a very old book.
It's an old
very
book.
old book.
But he's wrote it, and look how popular it is today.
That's why.
Well written. It's got a lot of lessons in there.
Millionaires have read that book as well.
That's what And you know what I realized, bro? I feel like consistency is so important in anything you do.
Facts.
Consistency, habits, and just, bro, if you don't know what to do, just copy what other people are doing, bro. Copy what the successful people are doing. You know what I mean?
Just like you said, copying. Like I don't know who says it, but it's like, what is it? Good art is copy. Great art is steal. Bro, when you say some man just got it. Some man just take the knowledge, implement it into the life, take segments of the knowledge, not all of it, segments, and think how to always make it better. Those things are important. And even like accountability is another thing I've learned. How like you just said, talking about life. Not a lot of people are accountable for their life. They'll be like, oh man, this happened to me. Oh mate, I could have done, maybe I couldn't have.
Exactly.
Like, yo, you are, especially if you're in a position that we're in now, just normal, especially in England, you are accountable for your life. Everything that happens, how you react. So like, you can do anything in your life. So
it's true, because I think it's like 90% of what happens to you probably isn't your fault, but it's the world. Stuff happens. It's about how you react.
I think it's
how
like
you
10%,
deal with your emotions.
10% of the things happen to you, 90% how you react.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
90% how you react. And I feel like I read that in a book as well, man. I just learned how to control my emotions, not waste time arguing over stupid things.
Emotions are facts.
And yeah, I feel like if you can control your emotions, I'm still working on it, because there's times where I hear something or someone tells me something and I'm like, I don't agree with that. But instead of arguing with them, I'll just be angry or annoyed in my own head. So I'll be driving, I'll just be angry and annoyed, not saying anything in silence. Well, I'm like, bro, I need to get out of that. Like, I can't change what's happened. What's happened has happened. Now I just need to deal with it. How am I going to react? What's next? You get me? But I'm still trying to work on that.
So just like you said, you just, that sounds like to me that you're trying to become a better person, because like you said you're learning, you're still doing better. So just a question to you, for me to you, how would you say you're a better person than you are 3 years ago today?
Oh, 3 years ago, massive improvement, fam.
Talk to me. What's
massive improvement.
What's improved?
Well, what was I doing 3 years ago, bro? What FIFA was that? What FIFA was that?
FIFA 19? FIFA 18?
Bro, FIFA, COD, uni, parties.
Galley. You can't forget the galley.
Bro, fam, I was just going through the normal life, normal stages, uni, partying. Don't think I really touched the book. It was a weird stage, because I knew what I needed to do, but didn't want to do it.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
I feel that's like a lot of man, like they know what they need to do, but because they're so ignorant.
Yeah, like, partying's easy, socializing's easy, having fun with these uni friends, easy. Not going to the gym, that's easy, man.
Yo,
that's easy,
some
bro.
man just don't want to go.
I don't have to lift these weights. No problem, bro. Playing the PlayStation, easy. Pick up the pad.
That's pick up the pad. Screen's right there.
Wiggle my thumbs, you know what I mean? It's easy, fam. I'm not streaming. I don't have to talk to no one, really, unless I'm in a party chat. Most time, I'm still not speaking. Easy. But today, where I am now, it's like a lot of opportunities have opened up for me.
Yeah.
Like, I learned how to edit. I'm still not the best. I've got a way to go. I know that.
Yeah.
But I'm at a good level. And yeah, it's just open opportunities. I've met great people already. I can't wait for who I'm going to meet next. You know what I mean? I literally can't wait. I'm itching for it. I'm like, oh my God. Like, there's other people in different cities that I'm meeting, and I'm like, oh, raw, we can actually get along. like we're similar.
We're similar, yeah.
I didn't know you existed. You know what I mean? 3 years ago, I just wouldn't even think about that. But yeah, it's
And
just
these
amazing.
people are doing it, man. They're
It's just
doing it.
amazing. And I think in time, money will definitely come along. But it's about the journey, isn't it?
So you would say
Yeah.
100% better person than you were 3 years ago.
Bro, I feel like I've 3x that.
3x
3x.
that.
So
Alright,
3x, whoever I was
alright,
before,
alright,
3x. The thing is, I'm dissing video games, but I still might go back and stream. I'll be honest. Maybe, maybe not.
Yeah.
But YouTube videos are definitely coming.
Yeah.
100%. So, flipping the question on you. 3 years ago today, how are you? How much of a better person are you?
Myself, how much of a better person I am, I would say. I'm a way better person than who I was 3 years ago. I was 3. I'm 21 now, so 18.
Yeah.
18. What was I doing at 18? Clubbing.
See?
Yo,
Same journey.
Clubbing.
bro.
Yo, I swear to God, the man. How much time did a man then go clubbing and look back and think that was a fucking waste? That was a waste. How many times like £30 down, bought a drink, a few taxis, wasted time, gone back home like, yo, what did I even do?
Bro,
You
you know
get
how
what I'm
much
saying?
money's wasted doing that.
Bro,
Oh.
Club. Okay, gaming. Gaming was fun. It's fun while you're doing it, but you look back, a waste of time.
The thing is, we couldn't have monetized gaming, but
If-
we just
Yeah,
we
if
just
I-
didn't act on it. You know
if
what
I
I
had
mean? We
done
knew,
YouTube-
we thought, we didn't act on it.
Yeah, like gaming, something big, but for me, like 3 years ago, compared to who I am today, I'm not the same person. I believe today is a better person.
Mm-hmm.
As I said, I'm a lot more wiser. I've accumulated a lot more knowledge. I'm more driven and determined than ever. I'm taking a lot more risk. And as they say, the best version of you is when you're not in your comfort zone. So this journey, I've been out of my comfort zone, such as meeting new people, videography, reaching out to people to work with them and learn from them. This has been a crazy journey. Like, I feel like what I'm not realizing, I'm still kind of,
No, it's calm.
well, I'm
'cause
not
we
learning.
restarted.
What I'm learning is, and I'm still kind of mind blown, is the journey's just started. And I'm glad I've learned so young from age 21 how much is possible that could be completed in this world. And like I said, each and every day I'm becoming a better person. So I would say 100% to answer your question, I'm a better person. But hey, I got a question for you.
What's that?
So right now you're on this journey, you're becoming a better person.
Yeah.
What does the future actually look like? What's your ambitions in life? Like, how do you think you're going to be successful, especially on this journey? Because you don't know where it's going to lead.
Bro, I think every day the future me is just always changing in my head. The future me is always changing. Like, he's successful, he's great,
Yeah.
confident man, handsome man,
Yeah.
but he's always changing. It's like, oh, maybe in the future I'll be here, I'll be there. Like, maybe we'll take this podcast to the world,
To the
tour
USA.
the world. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
don't know. Maybe I'll be a famous YouTuber. I don't
Facts.
know. Maybe I'd be talking about editing on a podcast instead. You get me? It's always changing. I've just got different avenues to go down, but whichever one it is, I know I'm just gonna be great at it, fam.
Facts. I like that answer.
100%.
It's pure honesty because, like,
Because you can't really predict the future.
can't.
innit? You can't.
especially like when you're on a path, especially speaking for yourself, on a path so bright, and you actually don't know what's at any corner.
Yeah.
Building on what I was saying, like the future, you never know what it holds. Like, you can do so many great things, especially with the path you're coming down.
So let me flip it on you again.
Flip it on me. Where do I think I'll be in
3 years in the future.
years? Honestly, I don't know, but one thing I do know is I'll be better than today.
You know what I mean?
And I'll be much wealthier, more successful. I'll be 100% greater, I should say.
When you think about it, 3 years ago, you didn't picture yourself here.
I didn't picture myself
didn't
making
Bro, I
Who
picture
would've
myself.
thought?
I picture myself doing a master's degree in Loughborough or something.
Bro,
I didn't even get
bro.
into Loughborough from my undergrad.
Who
You know what I
would've-
mean?
Who would have thought? I definitely wouldn't have thought I would be sitting here thinking, oh, I'm going to have my own podcast with my friend. I'll be sitting there editing videos, making reels.
Yeah.
I'll be sitting there doing a lot more stuff. Like, I wouldn't even thought that probably start of the year. I wouldn't have thought that start
You
of
know
the year.
how fast
'cause
things go, bro.
Just think about it, bro. You see what I'm saying about the power of your mind? Like, didn't we have this thought to start a podcast in what, July?
Yeah.
And we're
But to
recording.
be fair, I had the thought before.
Yeah.
As again, I weren't acting on it. You know what
Like I said,
weren't
but guess
acting on
what? Who texted you? I text you, we simple text.
But
Yo, bro, do you want to start a podcast?
You know what's funny about that? I think I posted on my story earlier this year about manifestation, and I think it's real. Like, I'm a true believer of manifestation.
Surely that's real.
So the day you came to me and you was like, let's discuss business ideas and stuff. I was like, what? I was like, this guy's gonna mention podcast, and I want to do a podcast. I'm just waiting for him to mention it.
Podcast.
Waiting. He doesn't mention it. I'm like, oh, maybe he'll still mention it, because we still didn't decide on a business or what to do. And then you were like, oh yeah, let's start a podcast. Bro, I thought, bro, I was just smiling over the phone. Bro. I was like,
like one gal.
Yo, man.
I couldn't imagine.
I was just like, manifestation's real, man. Manifestation.
Bro, like, just so many things could happen, like, especially with this podcast. So many things could happen, and in the future, we don't know where it's gonna take us.
For real.
It's something, especially a podcast as well, because a podcast is all about networking and meeting new people and having people speak their minds. So, for two young people who are eager to learn from other successful people to apply it into our own life, I thought a podcast was a great idea,
bro.
Because I would never have thought earlier this year I'll be sitting here right now recording our first podcast episode.
And you know what it is?
You would have thought.
Once you post it, it's pretty much online forever, bro.
Data stored.
Exactly. We can visit it in 10 years, 5 years, and be like, oh, look. We
See
did
how
this.
far
Remember
we've
this
come?
episode?
Yeah.
Raw, we sound so different. Like, this and that. Equipment changed. Cameras got better. Mics got better.
Everything's changed. The whole room changed.
Exactly.
But this is what I'm saying, people. It goes to show, like, yo, you need to take that first step, whatever you want to do. Because I know anybody could plan to write a business idea. Anybody could plan to do this and do that. You're going to act on it, though. Are you actually going to take the first step is the hardest step. So we've been planning this for months, and it kind of just got to the point where we're just like, we're doing it. We're doing it now.
Yeah, we need to go now.
Obviously, I'm not saying don't get prepared. Prepare yourself, but just make sure things don't need to be perfect.
Yeah. I know a lot of people, someone close to me, they were like, oh, I don't want to record yet because I'm not in this environment yet. Maybe next year when I have enough money and I can go to this private place, I'll record then. I'm just like, just record now. Like,
that's it.
Other people are around, but just record. Like, no one's going to say, stop recording. No one's going to do that. Bro.
Fact.
Just record.
Like, you really, I think the only person, like, who causes you not to do stuff and make yourself that, to do something, take a risk is yourself. Like, it's all mental. And I feel like once you, like, break out that mental and just have that mindset of, I don't give a toss. Like, I'm going to try it, see how it goes. Like, nobody would ever condemn you for trying. Even if it's just taking that one step and think, wow.
No one doing better will condemn you. No one.
Bro, the people who will hate on you the most are the people doing nothing.
Exactly.
The man who are always doing good and they see somebody else below them doing good or even above,
they'll be like, keep going.
Praise you. Oh, it's them people there that love you the most.
Yeah, they'll be like, yeah, keep going, bro. You'll get there.
Yeah, you'll get positive mindset. You see like some man who ain't doing nothing, nada. They'll be like, oh, why is my man doing that? Why is my man doing that? Oh, he's acting different. Or why is he changing for? Bro, you see change and building yourself to the next level, the best things you can ever do. I feel like that's when you will get the more, because people always hate on people doing well.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. As I think Faith would say, if you ain't got haters, you ain't popping.
You ain't doing something. You ain't doing something right.
You know what I mean?
Not doing something right. Fam.
Coming to the end of the podcast now. Just gonna remind you, thanks. If you're here, thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. And if you could hit the subscribe, hit the like, leave a comment, negative, positive.
Please.
Don't mind, please.
All the feedback.
Just throw it in there. And if you really love us, our Patreon's in the description. You can subscribe. We're dropping exclusive content on there, newsletters on there that are gonna give you information, give you knowledge on how to improve yourself, self-development, self-improvement, all of that. And maybe we'll be recapping what happens on our podcast episodes, just so it's in writing form as well. So you don't have to rewatch certain parts again. But if you want to do that, that's fine.
Like you said, just a thank you for everybody that's come on. This is our first podcast episode. So I promise you now, it's upwards and onwards from now on. Quality,
Amen.
structure. Like for us, this was just about taking our first step and bringing you guys some content. And we hope you can able to take something and learn from this, because this is a massive step for us. Not only is it a massive step for us, it's also a massive step for you guys if you'll stick with us on our journey.
Yes.
Because we want you to learn, and we also want people to become a lot more. We kind of aim to somebody to take these lessons and better themselves. That's why we're saying the CEO of you. This is a chance to better yourself and take yourself to that next level. So thank you if you made it to the podcast. I'm your co-host, Kai Dryden.
I'm your co-host, Ajane Pinnock.
And thank you for staying with us for the CEO of you
Podcast.
Wow.
Let's go, man.